You'd tell me if I look stupid in a hat, wouldn't you? You'd definitely put it in the comments. You're not going to just let me wear this for the whole video. You're going to put a comment in, aren't you? Aren't you? Very warm, hot welcome back to the Dolden Details channel. Yes, we're back on another brand review. This one's been sitting around in the back case since April. Apologies to A Passion for Detailing who sent down the DA car products. DA Car Care in 1 litre form, I might add, fancy bottles. Sorry, April, that's unacceptable. I do apologise for that. Honestly, we've got a lot of brands to get through, a lot of products to get through. I'm snowed under, excuse the pun, snow foam. So we're going to get this brand review out the way with, and then we'll see what we think. Right, so just starting with the pre-wash. Now, they've called this Snow Foam Car Shampoo. It is, in fact, a pre-wash. It's a snow foam. There is a product which does both. More about that in a second. So in 1 litre form, this is the DA Car Care Snow Foam. As you can see, covered in, which looks like the Sahara Desert, and covered in bug splats and bird shit. It's been completely neglected, this Skoda. Apologies, you'd think the amount of products I've got, this should be tip top. Not the case with my work schedule at the moment. Apologies, put your comments underneath saying, you lazy bastard, get on with it, pull your finger out. Apologies for the poor little Skoda, it is a minging. Right, so let's get on with this and stop waffling. That's a snow foam. Then it comes to a bit of decontamination. This is the bleeding wheels, not as in bleeding awful, bleeding hell, bleeding wheels as in the reaction bleeding from your paint, your wheels. I'm going to use it actually on the bodywork today because I can't remember the last time this was actually done properly where it actually bleed the paint. We are up against it. Bit of a disclaimer, don't wash it. I've said this before in videos, do not wash your car. Try not to wash your car in direct sunlight. It is unavoidable today. We've got the car on the what's left of the drive, or that horrible word, Z drive. It looks like a proud field, it's awful. But I'll back the car up into the shade. So we're trying to do the majority of the tests on the rear of the vehicle because I don't really want to risk watermarks and all the rest of it. Says he balancing this product in his hand. So that's the bleeding wheels. Then it comes to finishing off. This is the tyre shine, also in 1 litre form. These are available in 5 litres, all the products by the way. Obviously, once again, I will put the link in the bottom of the video for A Passion for Detailing site. They also do other brands as well. You can peruse their site and fill your pockets. So all will be linked later on. That's the tyre shine. And this is the interesting one. Did a little bit of research on this. This is Magnetic Ultra Gloss Wash. Now, primarily used as a detailing spray drying aid, wash aid if you like. You can use it on wet panels. It's not a sealant. Don't get, it's not one of those wet coat sealants. Don't go looking into that. It's nothing to do about that. This is a drying aid. But you can also, it has a little secret, use it as a shampoo, which I was told by the guys at A Passion for Detailing. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to use it as a shampoo and as a drying aid. For best results, it says use on dry panels. I'm going to try both. I'm going to try wet and dry just to see what the results are. You can use this on the glass, you can use it on anywhere, all over the vehicle. So those are the 4 products. So I better go and turn my hose on, fill the buckets up and pull my bloody finger out. So we start, as ever, from the bottom, working our way up, the opposite to foreplay. Did I say it out loud? Yes, I did. This is a bit of a tyre scrubbing action, using a half-decent wheel cleaner. You can use it with APC as well, if you like. And on the subject of APC, no APCs for this one, just snow foam. And yes, you can rinse the car down first. I advise it heavily. With the amount of contamination on this car, look at the back of it, look, done the Paris-Dakar in that, it is filthy. Sheer neglect, shame on you, Paul. Don't worry about the lawn, Alan Titchmarsh lovers, there is no lawn left. It is, you name it, it is, I won't say what it is, but it's had it basically. You can put that in the comments what you think of that. So, consistency wise, this is in between thick and thin. Thinnick, we'll call it thinnick. It's neither really. Obviously panel temperatures didn't really help. I did notice it cling a bit longer on the other side. Already, this is real time, you know, apart from setting the camera up very quickly, you can see it coming off the car that quick because of the extreme temperatures. And this is the dwell. Breaking up already on the front, coming off the car very, very quickly. Those of you who've seen the auto nozzle video, I thought I'd use this again. And I did mention in that video, if you're going to come across stubborn stuff, i.e. bug splats, as in on this car, you need to switch nozzles. You need a more directional hose. So I did, especially on this bit. I have to say, and I have mentioned this in the end of the video, I would prefer to use a bug remover or an all-purpose cleaner. You can still see residue and fly splats, very minimal, especially there around the Skoda badge, a bit grubby. So you use this in conjunction with an APC for best results. But I have to say it did soften most of the stuff, and bearing in mind the air temperatures. So you still see some grubby bits. What happens to that bird shit? Well, it got blasted. It will come off. Now this is it, the Magnatec. Using this as a shampoo. Didn't think I'd ever be doing this. So around about 3-ish catfuls. Not too sure if that was too much. Quite surprising this, how quickly it froths up, but then after it tends to die down. Now don't worry about it. I was a bit concerned myself. The amount of froth, look how quick that goes up, and that's just with a normal hose. Now, got told by Dwayne you can use this as a shampoo, as you'll see. Now, straight away you're going to see, where's the lather, where's the suds pull? You know, you're saying this is, you can use this as a shampoo. Oddly enough, there still is a glide action. It's very minimal, but there is a glide action. You'd think, crikey, that's the rinse bucket. That's not, that's the wash bucket. And you can actually feel it, it does glide. Excuse the speed I'm moving around, I was getting fried. Yes, I should have had my hat on, but I look a complete cock, to be honest with you. So this does add some form of protection, believe it or not. Now, I chose to do this first of all. This is the dry method. You can use this dry and just remove the bulk of the residue with a drying towel. You don't have to, you can go straight in with a buffing cloth of your choice. I recommend a shorter pile one for this. It did take some work, but yet again we are in extremes of weather. We'll talk about the payoff at the end of the video. So, not content with just doing the bonnet, I thought I'd have a go around the side. And on the side I kind of sort of left it wet, as it is used as a drying aid as well. I won't show the bit of that cloth sticking out my pocket, falling on the floor, me swearing, and then promptly throwing it in the wash. So remember, this car would obviously be absolutely saturated. You can use it as a drying towel. It does work. You can clearly see a definitive line between the water and the dry surface, so it does work. So slightly cooler area was to the rear of the vehicle, obviously on the same side. Had another go just to show you. You will need to buff this off, obviously. Now, won't be using this on the wheels because I've got dark wheels. You can't really see the reaction, but boy, can you see it on the tailgate. Very, very fast reaction fallout remover. You can see the residue drying already instantaneously on that rear window. That's the white. So, once I've rinsed off, I thought, well, we'll give this another go because we really want to see how this reacts with beading shots, the money shots. So I've treated again with the rinse aid. Now you can use this on glass. I was talking to Dwayne about it. It makes a fantastic water repellent on glass, I'm told, on windscreens especially. You will see some streaks on the back. It's just unavoidable. As soon as you use any products on warm panels, they hate it. So, as I mentioned, a buff off. It does leave a very, very good gloss. That is what you were left with. Now this was the day after. Cooler panels. It left that. Well, that's all fancy, but you want to see some water behaviour, I know. That's the beading it leaves. Pretty impressive for something that's classed as a drying aid. Not bad at all. So it was onto the glossy stages on the tyres, and you can use this by layering it up. Applicator pad of your choice or a triangular sponge. Dries quite quickly as well. So there you can see the untreated area. Multi-layer it if you want the super glossy look, dunked in honey, or just one layer. And that's what you're left with. So I went around the front of the car, did the front, just to get a different perspective. Thank you, DA Car Care. That was the product sent down by A Passion for Detailing. There is more of this range. Go check them out. I'm back indoors, as if by editing magic. And not by mistake. In fact, I chose to do this on the Monday because it was so blimmin' hot doing the video on the Friday, which we'll talk about in a minute. So these products, right, we're going to leave this one till last because it's a bit of a standout jobby. There's a bit more to talk about that. The snow foam, right. You've all seen my videos before where I kind of tend to use APCs in conjunction with snow foams, but when it comes to a product test, I just use the snow foam. Okay, on the top parts of the car, didn't quite cut the mustard on the lower parts, which I kind of expected because not many snow foams will take the really nasties off. That's why they make bug removers, and you can get the bug remover, guess what, you can get the bug remover, same company, DA Car Products, from A Passion for Detailing. Obviously I will link the website under the video. I would rather use, in conjunction with the snow foam, lower parts bug remover and the snow foam. Did it do an okay job? It did, but it really needs either an APC to work alongside it. Remember, this softens, it doesn't strip, it's not, I mean on certain parts it was very good, in other parts it wasn't quite so good. Tailgate didn't really cut the mustard, to be honest with you, but got to be honest, I'd rather use a bug remover APC in conjunction with it. Then it came to, we'll skip this one for the time being. I'm going to talk about the fallout remover. This really did stand out for several reasons, and it applies to all the products with these things on, canyon heads. Very, very fast reaction time from the fallout remover. Yes, of course it smells of rotten eggs. They all bloody do. They stink. There's very few that they can, there's not much they can do about it. They can add sort of essence in there like lemon and stuff. There's a couple of things on the market, products on the market which smell a bit better, but does it work? Bloody hell does it work. And very, very shocking the amount of shit stuck in my paint. The metal bleeding at the back of my bleeding awful tailgate. Didn't want to use it on wheels because I got dark wheels and you can't really see the reaction very well. We're not going to do anything on the BMW just yet, but this was very, very good. Tyre shine, once again, excuse me, sweat, sweat, sweat. We need aircon in here. This was very, very easy to apply. It smells nice as well. Don't ask me what it smells like, it just smells very pleasant. Very easy to use. You can multi-layer this to increase the depth of shine like so many others out there. This was very nice to use. It just spreads very, very evenly, and as you've seen, the kind of like the 50-50 in the video, you can see where I've used it. Some of you can just put it on, just go, right, yeah, and what are you doing? You're going to make the tyre darker? What are you going to do? This one works very, very well. Right, very, very quickly, canyon heads. It's so nice for a company to actually stick some decent heads on their bottles. Time and time again, I do product reviews and I end up swapping these over for decent spray heads. So well done you, DA Car Care, Passion for Detailing, for sticking some decent canyon heads on the bottles. They are so much better. Right, this product, now this is the bit controversial one, this one, because I used it as, me personally, I think it's primarily a drying aid. I used it as a shampoo, which I was told I could do. This is the Magnatec, not magnetic, as I mentioned in the video, a bell end. This Magnatec Ultra Gloss. This is a drying aid, come shampoo. It's a glossing agent. Also, I'm told by Dwayne, who sent the products down, thank you to him, he's used this on his windscreen, on his van, and it's very, very effective. Now, when I used it dry, I used it wet, and also used it kind of as a QD. And as you've seen, it's amazing water behaviour. I mean, it really does break the water tension away from the paint. Very, very good. I can't mention this enough. It's ridiculous doing this in hot weather, and I'm not going to get comments about this. You need a gazebo. Yes, I do. Yeah, we'll send one down. Using this in sunlight, I found it really, really hard work. It left a bit of a residue on the paint, and I had to buff like crazy to get it off. As a drying aid, my God, brilliant. Really good stuff. It wasn't really until the next day that I saw the fantastic results. I'm not going to lie to you. The shots of the paint and everything were actually done the next day, the next day, showing the gloss on the paint. I found it very, very tricky to work in sunlight. Now, there is a good reason for this, and I did speak to Dwayne about it on the phone. We live around about 45 miles away from London. We're right on the Essex coast. We have the most appalling hard water. It's like someone tipped 25 kilos of salt into your water stream. Not your water stream, your water stream. And it just creates havoc. Water rings, you name it, all over the car when it's warm. It's awful. You know, you've got to find a shady spot to do a car. Get it done pretty quick with the air temperatures we've got. That's the only issue I had with it. A little bit streaky, but once it's buffed, boy does it leave a gloss. And it's kind of trying to do everything. This, I mean, as a rinse aid, I'd use it again, definitely. Definitely use this product again. And Andy from Clean Your Ride, lack of sleep. Andy from Clean Your Ride swears by this stuff, so you can't wish for a better endorsement, you know, than that. You know, he's used it. Crikey, he's like the Godfather. There's two Godfathers. There's Miles Drive and there's Andy from Clean Your Ride. There you go. I'll just class myself as, I don't know, the mummy probably. This is a very interesting product. It doesn't lava, well, it lavas up initially in the bucket and then it just disappears, which is very strange. And then if you see me washing the car, you can't actually see any foam or lava. But it still glides on the paint, which is very unusual, very weird sensation. So it's a really interesting one, this. Bearing in mind, Skoda paint is probably softer than bloody St Ivel, and you know it's prone to all sorts of issues. So a couple of people out there own Skodas will will know what I'm talking about. You walk past it, you cause a swirl. You look at it funny, you cause a swirl. It's so soft, it may be my paint. So check this out. Now this is the really good bit. In the last video, we were talking about affordable car care. This is the bit which I find really, really great and quite exciting. A passion for detailing, all on the website. This stuff starts off in a 1 litre form. This range, there is a load more products on there, right? 1 litre, then it jumps to 5 litres. For 1 litre, all right, $9.99 through most of the range. The 1 litre product, a tenner plus postage. When it comes to the 5 litre range, I've got a few of these written down. The tyre shine is $19.99, okay, which is fantastic. When it comes to this stuff, the ultra glossy Magnatech, this is the same, $19.99 for 5 litres. But the best one, which is really great, I mean, I know how much this stuff costs anyway. This is a similar thing. This is $22.99 for 5 litres, which is a bloody bargain, to be honest with you. And I went through the site and looked at a few other prices. Their general purpose cleaner, have a look at it, you'll see by the name, is $19.99 for 5 litres. So it's a very, very affordable range. And it's quite exciting to use as well, in the fact that this one I'd never really tried. I tried rinse aids before, but this is very odd. And there is, I sent some more stuff down because it's quite interesting, this range, and it's very, I mean, the way it's packaged and everything else. I've got some decent bottles. Once these run out, you can either use them as your refill bottle or use them for doing clay lube or whatever. Obviously rinse it out first. So that is the DA car care range. So a huge thanks to A Passion for Detailing, Dwayne, for sending down these products, and apologies once again. April, they've been sitting in the back cave, which is pretty unacceptable to have brands sitting around that long, under a bit of a tough work schedule, as well as battling the weather. Come on, Paul, think some more excuses. He's literally, we're snowed under with reviews, so be patient. There is a load more reviews coming this year, and obviously the BMW will be featured very, very soon. So thanks again to Dwayne for Passion Detailing, sending the stuff down. If you like the video, please get a thumbs up, because that really does help motivate the channel, and YouTube love it. And subscribe and share like hell. And we will see you on the next video. Thanks for watching, guys. Tell you bye.